As you can see, I am holding the camera, Analog Incorporated, since 1965. Yeah. Excuse me. Let me prepare to turn this camera. I graduated from high school in 1965. And now I turn the camera around to see. And as you can see, the camera comes around to where I figure you can see me. If I'm wrong, nobody will see this. I have a Bible. The only thing on the front of the Bible, it says Joseph the Dreamer. And I can open the Bible, and it has 66, books that I can look at. It's a New American Standard Bible. Let me verify that. Let me show you I'm telling the truth. I think you should be able to see it right there. And in Genesis chapter 1, I find the words, I do, in the beginning. Genesis chapter 1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Don't forget that. God created the heavens and the earth. Chapter 2. It says here, the heavens and the earth were completed, and all their heavenly lights. By the seventh day, God completed his work which he had done. In chapter 4. In chapter 3, the serpent speaks to Eve, the woman that God created. In chapter 4, now the man had relations with his wife, and she conceived and gave birth to Cain. And she said, I have obtained a male with the Lord. And again, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Abel was a keeper of flocks, but Cain was a cultivator of the ground. She had twins. That's what she did. The first two born. The first time, I believe, that Eve gave birth to twins. And chapter 5 contains the book, The Generations of Adam. That's in chapter 5. In chapter 6, it says, the earth was corrupt in the sight of God. And God looked on the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for humanity had corrupted its way upon the earth. Humanity, humans, the image of God, male and female, humans. And God said to Noah, the end of humanity has come before me. And he also said, I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark. Noah built the ark. Noah, in chapter 7, Noah was 600 years old when the flood of water came upon the earth. Noah and the animals were in the boat, were in the ark. The flood came upon the earth for 40 days, and the water increased and lifted up the ark so that it rose above the earth. The water prevailed and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water, and the water prevailed more and more on the earth, so that all the high mountains everywhere under the heavens were covered. The water prevailed 15 cubits higher than the mountains were covered. So all creatures that moved on the earth perished, birds, livestock, animals, and every swarming thing that swarms upon the earth, and all mankind. Of all that was on dry land, all in whose was the breath of the Spirit of life. So you cannot say that people, when the flood came, did not have the Spirit of life, because I just read it. In whose nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life. And Noah was remembered by God in chapter 8. And Noah built an altar to the Lord. Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of the clean animals and some of the birds and clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled the soothing aroma, and the Lord said to himself, I will never again curse the ground on account of man, for the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth. Evil from his youth, his heart is evil from his youth. And I will never again destroy every living thing as I have done while the earth remains. Seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Then God blessed Noah in chapter 9. Now, for all of you who don't know that it was Noah, Noah's three sons populate the earth. Noah had three sons, and these sons populate the earth. And they built things. And they used the same language in chapter 11. All the earth used the same language and the same words. I really don't know when skin tones changed, but I don't think that Noah and his 3 sons and their wives were different skinned. I don't. But that's probably debatable, especially as long as Satan can say anything. Because Satan says a lot. He really does. But God said to Abram, the Lord, chapter 12, the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to the land which I will show you. And I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great and a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and the one who curses you, I will curse. And if the one who curses you, I will curse. And in you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. So Abram went as the Lord had spoken to him. And the Lord has spoken to me. And I can, as you see, go right on around with this camera, and it probably will show you whatever is to be seen on the table. And yes, there is my wife's decorated tree that my mother purchased years ago. Doesn't it look nice? And back to the table and back to analytical logging of Texas, from Tyler, Texas. I don't know if that number is still good, but I guess it could be. I don't know. Thank you. And I want some people to know that Jesus saw more than I saw. He did.